welcome to the OTM broadcast team. Charles here, AA here. Glad you could join us for our coverage of Miles football. And AA, this evening, it's the Golden Bears of Miles College meeting a nemesis from last year that they really want to get some get back with.
And the way that ball game ended stuck in the craw of these players, even after winning the championship last year, to go down on a Hail Mary last-second pass when your team led the entire way. That was tough to get through, even through the summer. They want get back, and they're going to try to get it tonight.
Of course, we're talking about the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College winning in Chicago last year, 23-21. But this evening, the Golden Bears winners last weekend. Maroon Tigers coming in at 1-1 on the season. Completely different look for the Golden Bears starting tonight.
Right. They want to start fast, that's for sure. But, you know, last week ran the ball, ran it very well. 2 100-yard backs. It was the first time that had happened since 2015. Miles also able to throw the football. Daniel Smith threw 2 touchdown passes last week, and we got to see the greatness of Leonard Tyree, but also a couple other receivers, Antonio Lee, Dominique McNeely, making some big catches for the Golden Bears. That offense was clicking on all cylinders.
Also saw something from special teams actually get the first score of the ball game.
Right. We were able to block a punt. The punting was good for the Golden Bears. The longest field goal of the career of Jackson Spradlin, as short as it's been, 48 yards. All parts were really going very well once they got them rolling. And I think that's what Coach Ruffin wants to see happen. He wants this team to get off to a fast start, so hopefully you don't have to wait till the fourth quarter to put the game away.
Maroon Tigers at 1-1. They had that great start a season ago. Winners last weekend against the Tigers of Edward Waters. Let's talk about what we're going to see from them.
Well, they have a very diverse offense as well. They've got their quarterback, Mike Sims, who can throw the football all over the place, although they've been alternating quarterbacks with a freshman this year, so Sims has been on and off the field, but they certainly have Santo Dunn, the preseason offensive MVP, one of the greatest players in this league. You've got to watch him. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can run it. He can break one if he gets free. Miles is going to have to be very sure when it comes to tackling him.
Talking about defense for the Golden Bears of Miles College, Austin Stevens, believe, going to be 100% this evening in the ball game. Did a great job leading in tackles last weekend, but we need that leadership from him.
Well, when you can lead in tackles and don't play the entire game, don't start. An All-American
Sure.
First game of his senior season, comes off the bench and able to do that, that's a great foretelling of what we should be able to see all season long. But we saw a lot of different guys do a lot of great things. We called Markwell Shelton's name a lot. There were 7 sacks for the Golden Bears, an interception by Mitchell Smiley, who also had a sack. You know, there's a lot of good things to look forward to with this Miles defense. Hopefully they'll be able to keep it up this year.
A lot of good things we're going to be looking for in this ball game, and the matchup between the Golden Bears of Miles College and the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. That's just ahead on WOTM Sports.
Don't you just love rain? It's nature's way of watering the earth. Thunderstorms are a different story. Poppy really freaks out if the lights go off. That's why we love Alabama Power. As soon as it's safe, they work day and night to get the lights back on. Fast. Kind of like real-life superheroes. I know they do it for everybody, but sometimes I think they do it just for Poppy. Say thanks, Poppy.
You heard that right.
And we are live at Sloan Alumni Stadium, getting set for football action between the Golden Bears of Miles College and the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. Golden Bears 1-0 on the season. Morehouse coming in here at 1-1 on the campaign. Glad you could join us for our coverage on WO2M. Charles Ward alongside AA Moore up top here, as the captains from both teams are down at field level on an absolutely beautiful day here in Fairfield, Alabama.
Yeah, beautiful if you don't consider 92 degrees as something that's tough to deal with. But, you know, it is a great day here at Miles to play some football. And like I said in the pregame, there's a lot on the line, even though this doesn't have a whole lot to do with whether a team may or may not make it to the championship game.
Yes, ball game is considered a non-conference contest, but given that bad taste in the Golden Bears' mouth from last season up in Chicago, and we were up there they have got revenge on their minds as they get set to meet the Maroon Tigers here at home.
The other thing that you have to consider for both teams, but most certainly for Miles, is the way your schedule is set up. If you want to make the Division II playoffs, you're going to have to run the table pretty much. You've got Edward Waters, which is on the schedule, which is a non-counter. Then you've also got Missouri S&T next week. Pretty good team, but they are out of region team. Therefore, that's not going to have near as much weight on what Miles is able to do as they're able to present their case for making the Division II playoffs. So running the table is paramount, and that's going to happen starting here with Morehouse.
Winners over Fort Valley last weekend, 38-17 Golden Bears were. And trying to continue their winning ways here. Kind of do a flip script from last year's season, starting at 0-5. Got the first win under the belt last weekend. And they will receive the football first here to get going in football action.
New uniforms for the Golden Bears. It was home purple last year. This year it's home gray. Be interesting to see how these numbers look in about an hour.
Yeah, about an hour.
Says goodbye.
Yeah. Right now, you can make them out pretty well. That's Darrell Freeman down there, set to receive the kick at the right hash mark near the 2. And he's joined at the left hash mark by Anthony Robinson, the receiving core for the Golden Bears. Fernando Delamora set to kick it away for Morehouse College. Slight gust here at Sloan Alumni Stadium, and that football won't stay on the tee on this first attempt.
Well, I'm not going to be mad at this gust. Man, it was cooking down on the field.
Sure.
I'm not going to kid you about that.
You take your relief any way you can get it. Delamora to kick it. And we're underway. It's going to come down to Freeman at the 11. Up the gut he goes, trying to get to a wall left side. Quick step there by Freeman. Got some room at the outside now. Turns at the 40. Flags coming in on that play as Freeman works it all the way up near midfield, but we'll check the flag.
When those flags come in like that, It seemed like they came with some conviction from a couple of different officials. That one is going to come back for some sort of hold.
Freeman, the senior for the Golden Bears. And we'll get that first nullification here on that run. Penalty, the first of the ball game for Miles College. Miles, 99 yards in penalties last weekend at Fort Valley.
And many of them came in third down situations or drive extending situations, and that's something Coach Ruffin kind of wanted to keep from happening this week. And while this penalty certainly won't be that, you don't want to start the game with one.
Miles last season against Morehouse up in Chicago, 252 yards of total offense. Pretty evenly distributed, 115 on the ground, 137 through the air. So they'll mark the football at the 23, and this is where Miles starts its initial drive of the contest. Coach Ruffin alluded to it that they got a pretty slow start against Fort Valley last weekend, able to work things out and win by 3 touchdowns. See how they start tonight. Smith at quarterback, the senior. Slots either side. He'll go straight up top. Fires across the middle, trying to get it to Tinch on a crossing route, but the pass batted away.
Miles showed a run look there early. Double tight ends, but then he spread them out and tried to go in the flats, this time to Tinch, but Morehouse was all over it.
Smith, 9 of 19 against Morehouse last year with 2 touchdowns, both coming to Leonard Tyree. They try to get Montavious involved early there with that crossing route, but a good defensive stand inside by the Morehouse defense. Good set of linebackers for them with Edward Nelson, Julian Turner, and Jonathan Mathis as a flag comes in.
That looked like it came from Morehouse's defensive front. It's going to give Miles 5 yards. Didn't get a chance for the free play like they normally get there.
So that'll push the football up to the 28-yard line. Daniel Smith, the senior at quarterback. Joined in the backfield by Freeman. The ball fake again. Smith looking, got a man behind the coverage, trying to get it down the field. Pass goes incomplete. Had Antonio Lee on a streak route up the middle of the field, but Smith led him too far on the pass.
I think there, Smith eyeballed Lee on that because they had one safety high and they had both Lee and Leonard Tyree both running that streak right up the middle, but the safety was looking right at Smith as he locked in on Lee, and he never left from him, which kind of gave it a double coverage look.
Lee with 2 catches last weekend. Third down play here, flag at the line of scrimmage. Going up the field now, behind the defense, catch going to be made in Maroon Tiger territory. We'll check the flag. It was a free play there, so it's likely going to go against Morehouse. And that'll give us football, first down for the Golden Bears. The complete feet first down for Morehouse College.
And we did a feature on Coach Ruffin's show this week on the chemistry between Smith and Tyree. You saw it there. They know when they get that free play, it's verticals time, and Leonard Tyree got behind his guy, and Smith delivered it for the first down.
Tyree with 2 catches in last weekend's win. One of those for a touchdown of 8 yards away. He's on that watch list for the Black College Football Player of the Year awards. Brent handoff left side. Freeman looking for room. A Maroon Tiger loses his helmet. Marquise Collins, so he'll have to come out of play.
First run play there for the Golden Bears. Like we said in the pregame, 2 running backs over 100 yards, able to get multiples of yards, especially late. We'll see if they're going to be able to bang the ball today so that they can lean on the Morehouse defense late. Freeman
racked up 114 yards in last weekend's game. Smith's got some time trying to go the other side. Lee going one-on-one. No flags there. That was Van Over on the cover. Now a flag comes in late after the contact downfield.
It's amazing that the side judge who was standing right there didn't see Lee's whole arm getting grabbed by the defensive back. But that's got to be against Morehouse there. Oh, no, he's waving it off.
Pick it up and wave it off. So what the side judge saw reigned supreme there.
Unbelievable. And if I grab your arm like this, I know people can't see us grabbing your arm, Charles, but man, it's like, hey, you come with me, and that's exactly what happened, but no call there. He must have saw something else that I didn't see from here.
13:57 left, first quarter of play, no score. Initial drive of the football game. Golden Bears at the 46-yard line of Morehouse College. 3rd down and 9 from there. Smith surveys. Now he'll step up. He's got some room if he can find a little space. Left side, can't do it though. Nice open field tackle there by Jonathan Mathis, the senior from Stone Mountain for Morehouse College, in open space on Daniel Smith.
Looked like they kept a spy there. The linebacker was there spying, and Smith really had nowhere to go.
And it looks like on this 4th down, at least the Golden Bears going to line up to show that they're going for it on a 4th and 6. See if they can't get the Maroon Tigers a jump on a long count. And a timeout's going to be taken by Morehouse. So the Golden Bears coming up to the line of scrimmage, showing they were going to go on that 4th and 6, forced a timeout by Coach Rich Freeman and the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. 13:26 remains, first quarter of action, no score from Sloan Alumni Stadium. More football action here on WOTM Sports after the break.
So Darren, you're with the UPS store?
Yeah, we actually printed these invites.
Wow, I thought you guys just did shipping.
No, we do printing, packing, shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, faxing, binding, taping, laminating, copying, consulting, creating, designing, returning, and of course shipping.
Cool.
Nice costume.
It's my work uniform. Where are you going?
Go to the UPS store for everything your small business needs. And of course, shipping.
Back after the timeout. 4th and 6 now for the Golden Bears of Miles College. Morehouse took the timeout. Want to make sure that they don't give anything away here. Golden Bears got to get that football up near the 38-yard line to keep it.
Well, Miles has run some plays here on this opening drive that have looked like some big hitters or some possible big hitters that just have not connected. Be interesting to see if maybe they can find a play here that'll be able to continue this drive, because 6 yards at this point of the field, a lot of times teams are going to punt and try to pin the opposition back deep. But Aaron James, Coach Ruffin, they've got something up their sleeve. I imagine that they believe they can get these 6 yards and keep this drive going.
Certainly a statement possession here for the Golden Bears on this 4th down. If they can convert it, they will be making a statement. 4 of 11 in 3rd downs last weekend against Fort Valley. Last time these teams met, only 2 of 9 on 3rd down efforts by Miles College.
A lot of explosion, though, in the game in Chicago. You saw Miles come out very quickly. Daniel Smith scored like on the 4th play of the game. It was just a lot of there were missed field goals, there were missed 3rd down conversions that kept Miles from putting the game away, which they probably should have early. But when you don't convert and you leave the other team an opportunity, and again, Morehouse, they got off to a great start, and that's because they're a very good ball club. You know, you got players who can make plays on both sides of the ball. You've got to respect that. So Miles trying to make a statement, like you said, Charles, here on 4th down.
Smith in shotgun. Freeman joins him in the backfield. Robinson slides in motion left side. Now the snap. Smith, pressure up the middle, slides left side, looks, raises, fires through it, comeback catch made there by Lee. Antonio Lee to the middle of the field, looking for a block there, caught from behind, but not until he gets it to the 22-yard line, and a complete first down for the Golden Bears.
Daniel Smith there, because of his ability to run, set Morehouse up for that play.
And they're going no huddle after the play there. Freeman looking for space left side, right side that is, slides back to the middle and got it to the 15. So quick hitting play after the first down pass, and Freeman picks up about 6.
I love how Freeman and Edwards run the football. They just slam the ball in there, and they're just looking for holes, and if you leave enough of a hole, they can go for the home run, but they are not afraid of contact.
2nd and 4 now. 12:40 remains first quarter. Golden Bears looking for the first score of the ball game inside the red zone. Smith in the pocket, looking, pumps once, going left corner of the end zone, over the head and out of the back of the end zone. Trying to get it there for Leonard Tyree, but that one shot too deep out of play.
I think that was McNeely there on that, and McNeely had a great double move. He got open, but Smith overshot him there to the back corner of the end zone. Those were the plays that he scored touchdowns on with McNeely and Tyree last week.
Dominic McNeely, the senior from Huntsville, Alabama, open in the corner. Now here comes a 3rd and 4. Movement up front. Maybe another free play here for the Golden Bears. They were going back to that same route, but throwing it back behind. Tyree made the catch, but check the flag at the line.
They did not give those free plays. They haven't given them here today.
No.
Daniel Smith in that cadence has been getting teams to jump off sides here early.
And that'll give them the first down, the Golden Bears, after the assessment against Morehouse College. So to say the least, on this first drive, AA Golden Bears got the Maroon Tigers on their heels. They don't know what's coming at them.
Well, that hard count that Daniel Smith has, you saw Fort Valley jumping offside a lot early, and so far Morehouse has not been able to decipher that hard count, and he's gotten a couple of penalties and a couple of first downs on that.
1st and goal to go now for the Golden Bears. McNeely slides motion left side. Smith looks that way, pumps once, here comes pressure, tries to unload it underneath and underthrown. Daniel may have had his arm hit there as he's getting set to throw that football. McNeely had squared off at about the 6-yard line.
Well, he was going to throw it early, and then he pulled it back in, and by that time, the Morehouse pressure was starting to get to him. It was a little difficult for him to get a full extension on that throw. It would have been tough to complete it because Morehouse, again, was defensing that play very well.
So here comes 2nd and goal to go now for Miles.
Imagine they're going to run. They got the fullback Harvey in now.
On the ground, Freeman swarms this way near the 6-yard line for Miles College. Just straight ahead dive play there to Freeman.
You want to get into situations where you have the manageable 3rd downs. Actually, it looks like it's going to be 3rd and goal, so you're going to have to score. But, you got plays drawn up, 4, 5, 6 yards. That's where you want it on 3rd down.
Now Smith surveys to the sideline. Third and goal from the 7. Smith looks, going to the end zone, got a man there. Easy catch there for Anthony Robinson. Touchdown for the Golden Bears.
Well, they had the right play dialed up. Anthony Robinson is kind of a forgotten guy, but he is explosive as they come when it comes to a 3rd receiver. Maybe he's a 4th receiver. On a lot of teams, he's a 1 or a 2. 7-yard touchdown pass from Smith to Anthony Robinson.
Robinson with 27 grabs a year ago. His first reception here, and that one good for the Golden Bear touchdown. So Jackson Spradlin now on to try the point after. Perfect on the season so far in PATs. And he will remain that way. Knocks that one through for the Golden Bears. Miles with 11:36 left in this first quarter of play. They claim the first score of the ball game. They lead at 7-0 over the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. Take a break here. More Miles College football on WOTM Sports after the break.
From a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Back live at Sloan Alumni Stadium, Golden Bears take a 7-0 lead after a 12-play, 77-yard drive over 3 minutes and 24 seconds, with Smith connecting to Anthony Robinson for the touchdown. That's your Maxwell Tillman scoring drive. Maxwell Tillman, trial lawyers for the people. Short kick there by Brady Hamble. Going to try to pooch it at the 25. He does so. It's loose on the surface. Golden Bears dive on it near the 17. They tried that play last weekend, but it works this time. And coming away with that football is Jarius Slade, the redshirt senior from Stockbridge. Brady Hamill just pooched it, got it airborne, and it fell right at the 22, forward roll, and the Golden Bears special teams comes up special once again. Slade with the recovery, and the offense right back out onto the football field. Wade Streeter last weekend with a block early on to get the first score of the season for Morehouse. And now special teams already with an early impact in this contest with the recovery. So Smith quickly to work now. Slot is at the top of the screen. Freeman joins him in the backfield. Handoff right side. Freeman's got some space, bangs, locks off the initial tackler and works his way near the 15. Not a whole lot gained on that play, but an extra effort there by Darrell Freeman not to be knocked down on that first piece of contact. Golden Bears trying to go out on a 2-touchdown lead here inside the red zone after they get a recovery on their kick after they scored a few moments ago. Play clock working its way to 6. Snap to Smith. Pressure at the corners. He's going to load. Got a man on a crossing route. Catch going to be made there near the 5-yard line. He's got Antonio Lee again crossing the middle. That's his second catch of the ball game, and that one's good for a first down for the Golden Bears near the 6. So many weapons by this Miles College offense. They can hit you on the ground. Been pretty effective thus far through the air. So first and goal to go. The complete feet first down. Catch by Antonio Lee near the 6. Smith, left side. This is Edwards trying to fight inside the 5. Draws a crowd there for Morehouse. Got it down to perhaps the 4. Edwards on his first carry of the football game. The redshirt freshman from Mobile, Alabama, got it down to the 4. So second goal to go now. Smith gonna stay shotgun. Fagan in there as an extra blocker now in the backfield. Tight end. Ball fake. Smith gonna keep it right side himself. Plows ahead. Did he get across? Touchdown, Golden Bears. Smith angled right side and punches it in for Miles College.
Miles wasting no time trying to put the hammer down on Morehouse. They had been working on that onside kick all week long. And first time they run it out and work to perfection, and Miles capitalizes with the touchdown run by Daniel Smith.
Smith right side, just following the block of the line up front behind Nate Williams, Roger Walmack, Roger Scroggins. They're clearing space there, and Smith scores. Spradlin on now for the point after. Jackson got it airborne and knocks it through for Miles College. Golden Bears trying to make an early statement in this revenge ball game against the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. 9:29 remains in this first quarter of play, and it's a 14-0 lead for Miles College. So they did it on a sustained drive on the first touchdown. And now, after the recovery of the kick, the offense took over and easily punched it in for the second score. Gotta really like what you're seeing from the Golden Bears early on here. This is their first home ball game of the season. Winners last weekend on the road at Fort Valley. Series matchup between these teams. This is the 43rd meeting between Miles College and Morehouse. And Morehouse surprisingly leads that series 25-18. First meeting as far back as 1930. So Hamill's now on to kick it again. And they're going to go onside this time. Boy, oh boy, the Golden Bears just trying to pull out all the tricks they can. And I think they got another one here. My, oh my. They did the pooch last time. I'm sure the Maroon Tigers were waiting on that one. As Brady Hamill comes off dancing as he does the onside, and they are able to convert. Coming up with that football was Ozzie Williams Jr., the redshirt junior from Bessemer, Alabama. Boy, things are really working well for the Golden Bears so far. Right now, Morehouse doesn't know if you're coming or going, but the Bear, with the Bear hat on there, as you see Williams, that's his apparel on the sideline, celebrating that recovery. So Williams, the reserve linebacker, with a big play here. And they celebrate on that sideline, and rightfully so. Second turnover of the ball game for the Golden Bears, both coming on special teams. Getting the turnovers from Morehouse College. Smith now from the 49 with the snap. Here comes pressure backside. He feels it. Now he lost the football, and this time Morehouse is going to pick it up. They got a man streaking down the sideline, and returning that football for Morehouse is Marquise DeWert. DeWert, the junior from Bellevue, Washington. Smith had it hit, and DeWert able to pick it up and scamper near the 20 down to the 19-yard line for Morehouse College. So special teams took it. The offense gives it away. Smith trying to hold that football as long as he could to wait for that play to develop downfield. But DeWert able to come in and get that recovery. DeWert, actually a JUCO transfer. He and Smith played at the same JUCO. So Morehouse now, with 9:17 left in the first half, their first spot of offensive duty. They run it left side with a catch made in the flats by Frank Bailey, and Bailey works his way down near the 10-yard line for Morehouse. They're going to put him out actually down at the 9. So Morehouse now with Michael Sims, the senior, first team All-SIAC at quarterback. Likely to see Jalen Brown in this football game as well. Same play out in the flats again. Bailey looking for space. This time the Maroon Tigers, the Golden Bears have him covered and pinched at the sideline, and Bailey forced out of bounds. A flag thrown at the end of that play on the far side of the field. Officials conferring there. Let's see if something happened after the end of that run by Bailey on the catch. Yeah, that's going to go against the Maroon Tigers. So there's a break there for the Golden Bears. The holding on that play.
Boy, Miles came out and decided, hey, we're going to play some keep away until they played a little giveaway. And that's what has Morehouse with the football right now. But that is a great way to start the football game. Would have been nice to be able to punch it in one more time.
Indeed.
But before Morehouse gets on the field, they're down 2 touchdowns. That's an outstanding start for the Golden Bears.
That's the way you want that to happen. So Sims now, they face a 1st and 19. Football pushed back to the 19. Sims slides the line, gives it left side, right side that is, and trying to get some forward progress is done, but he's strung out toward the sideline, may have lost a yard. Good search there by the Golden Bears to get him going outside vertical, going straight up the field.
He couldn't turn up the field at all because Mitchell Smiley was there very quickly. Antonio Evans followed right behind him. They strung that play out, nowhere to go north and south. Indeed. He went east and west there, and it ends up being a loss of 1. It's going to set up 2nd and goal from the 20.
Horizontal is the word I was looking for.
You know, those words with Z's, sometimes they get us messed up. That Z is at the end of the alphabet and stuff. Maybe stick to like 6-letter words and stuff until the 4th quarter.
Yeah, a lot of it's old age too. You know? 2nd down effort here for the Maroon Tigers. Sims showing shotgun. Joined by Sims in the backfield. Here comes the pressure now. Sims forced to step up. He'll slide right side. It's got some room. A flag coming at the back of that play. That touchdown run's going to come back. Austin Stevens was in the backfield. Santo Dunn did something to him back there. Took my eye off him momentarily, but it looked back up the field and the flag was coming in. So I think Dunn may have denied him the opportunity to get up.
And the problem there was that Austin Stevens really wasn't in the play. Dunn could have let that go, and that would have been a touchdown for Morehouse. And scrambling quarterbacks, it tends to be the problem, especially early in games for the Golden Bears. A lot of open field. Sims is not a little guy. He scampered all the way in there, but thanks to Santo Dunn, you're going to move that back 10 yards.
So that's the second penalty for the Maroon Tigers on their first possession of this football game. 7:36 left in this first quarter. It's a 14-0 lead for the Golden Bears. Sims on that watch list for the Black College Football Player of the Year award as well. He'll take a snap. In the pocket, the lefty looks, now dumps it underneath. Catch made by Dunn. He slides down to the surface. Austin Stevens takes care of the rest of it and shoves him out of bounds.
Well, when you've got a long way to go there, you can pretty much play prevent defense, knowing that, especially when it's a goal-to-goal situation. And Austin Stevens just played sound football right there. He let Dunn, after he made the catch, just move right into him, and he pushed him out of bounds.
Third down football on the 26. It's 3rd and goal to go there for Morehouse from the 26. They do have a good kicker in Fernando de la Mora. We'll see what they elect to do after this 3rd down play. Michael Sims. 3 receivers bottom of the screen. He looks that way. Here comes the pressure, throws it to the middle of the field, pass batted around, and incomplete, and a flag coming far side of the field. Wow. They were both going for that one. We'll see what they call on that.
Well, they're going to call pass interference on Maxell Wells. What he did was he bumped him before he went to go make the play on the ball. He actually got beat to the inside, so the bump may have saved the touchdown, and that's why they're going to make that call, and it's going to give Morehouse the first down.
It'll give them 1st and goal to go if the call stands. And it will. They're going to place it down near the 6. So he had a streaking receiver in Tramel Gooden. Gooden was, like as you indicated, had beat the defense. Gooden just turning out some good numbers for Morehouse early on this season. 7 catches for 144 yards.
And the bump was slight. It wasn't anything. He actually used his body and not his hands to bump him, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. If you're out there running, how do you bump somebody and still stay on your feet? But he kind of gave a little bit of a shoulder, if you will, and that was just enough to keep Gooden off his route and give the first down and goal to the Maroon Tigers. Yeah. Actually, it looks like it's going to be on the 11, so it's going to be a 1st and 10. But there are no sticks, which is interesting.
On screen there, Jalen Brown in at quarterback now. Brown, 19 completions as they go Dunn left side. Dunn bounced back to the inside, fights toward the end zone. I think he got in. No signal yet. They're going to say he's down at the half-yard line.
Well, there were about 2 or 3 opportunities to bring Dunn down short of the goal line, and first Austin Stevens missed. Then it looked like it may have been Mitchell Smiley who came up a little short there. But Dunn, that's why he's one of the best running backs, certainly in this league, if not all of Division II. He's explosive. He's able to kind of get away from tackles, and he's going to set up 1st and goal at the 1.
So back at quarterback now is Sims. He hands to Dunn. Dunn bangs it left side, and still no signal. So he's going to still be down outside of the end zone. So the Golden Bears making this a tough proposition for Morehouse. They go 2nd and goal to go now.
For a team that has been sitting on 1st and goal and inside of the 10 for the last 3 minutes, it certainly has taken a long time. I would imagine a quarterback sneak of some sort. Sims is not a small guy at all. Probably doesn't take much for him to get over the line, but again, this is another team that likes to get into that pistol, if you will, even in short yardage situations.
Sims, stunned left side, he tripped again, and he lost the football. Golden Bears say that they have it on a fumble, and they do. The defense comes away with a turnover now. They went with their reliable Santo Dunn, and Dunn coughed up the football.
Instead of playing power football, you want to get cute, and this time Dunn tripped on, it looked like his own lineman, and it goes as a turnover, and Miles will pick up the football.
Terry Beckham, the senior from Stone Mountain, able to come away with that turnover on the fumble recovery for the Golden Bears.
Well, this quarter couldn't have gone any worse thus far for Morehouse.
Chance to score for them to get on the board with the Golden Bears leading at 14-0.
So now they've got a new prop on the sideline. It's the bear head, apparently.
Whoever makes the best
or maybe
play.
That's a woof. I'm going to have to find out about that.
Yeah, we saw Brady Hamill with that hat on a few minutes ago after the onside kick. And now it passes to Terry Beckham. So a tradition starting here at Sloan Alumni Stadium on that sideline for the Golden Bears. On the ground, straight ahead, carrying the football. I believe that's Edwards on the inside there. Check him out on that slant play on the inside, and it is Dante Edwards on the carry. He and Freeman with the dread, so you have to be careful about the call on them.
Well, I tell you, he's listed at 215. When we mentioned that during Coach's show during the week, Coach was like, man, we might be shorting him a few pounds. He is quite the load. He's probably easily 225. I'll have to change that.
And he runs very stoutly, so.
He still has not had a negative gain in his career here at Miles.
2nd and 6 now. We're at 4:43 left first quarter. Smith surveys, going to go one-on-one down the field. Got a man there stretching out. That's Tyree, was behind the defense, but Smith a little long on the pass. Well, a little more air under that one. And Tyree can run under that.
Well, when I was able to talk to them earlier this week, Tyree said that his coach said that if they're going to run a pass play like that, then you want to go ahead and just throw it. And if the receiver doesn't get up under it, he wasn't running fast enough. So Tyree just didn't kick it into that next gear that he should have, according to receivers coach Bivens.
3rd and 6. I like the way they put that. Got to put more energy into this thing, right? We got the ball out there. That was our job. At the line of scrimmage, looks like we're going to have a timeout call on this 3rd and 6 play. And it was one taken with 4:36 remaining first quarter. Golden Bears leading it at the break 14-0 over the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. More Miles College football on WOTM Sports after the timeout. .436 remains first quarter of play. Been all Golden Bears so far. They lead at 14-0 against the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. Taking over after a fumble by Morehouse inside the red zone. It's 3rd and 6 now for the Golden Bears. Smith looks, pumps, fires, threw it high, but reaching up is Antonio Lee with the grab. Lee beyond the 6 for a complete feet. First down.
That is the part that Miles missed last year. Antonio Lee, 6'3". They had Mikael Jacobs, he's 6'3" as well, but they didn't use him as much. Lee, much more accomplished receiver. When he tore his knee up last year, we had to kind of go play a little small ball, and it worked. But to have Lee in there with those sure hands, they can run him outside or even put him in the slot. Great pickup for the Golden Bears.
First down grab by Lee. That's his 3rd catch of this first half of play. On the ground now. Freeman fights for some space on the inside. Meets the pack near the 19. Looks like Chase Burton coming up from under that pile for Morehouse on that tackle.
And those plays don't look like much. You get 2, you might get 3 if you're lucky, because you're just really running in the pile, but you're really banging on that front 4, that front 7, and later in the game you'll see that be able to pay big dividends if you're in the lead and you're trying to wear them down late.
Starting to cool off considerably here in Fairfield as day starting to turn tonight. And the player is going to be a lot more comfortable with this temperature than when this game started.
Well, I'll be a lot more comfortable too.
Now they give it to Freeman on the sprint, left side. Freeman cuts it back to the inside. Got it near that first down marker, near the 27-yard line.
He had a lane there to the outside, may have been able to pick up a couple more, but much as they've done thus far this season, these guys love to run the contact, and they banged it right in for the first.
A complete feet first down for Freeman on that carry. And they go back right side. This time they turn him in over end near the 30.
Again, you just want to run the ball. You get that defense out there. And Miles knows a bit about this. We talked about it last year. Miles' defense was on the field a lot.
Morehouse coming into this ball game, holding teams. Alabama A&M, they only gave up 52 yards on the ground against Alabama A&M. And in their win against Edward Waters last weekend, held them to just 32 yards. So they had a moniker for defensive stops running the football, but right now Miles is doing a good job against it. Smith angling toward the sideline. This one's going to be batted, but look for a flag here. And no flag called on that one. Up the field, it was McNeely. And McNeely had some contact from Vanover, but no flag.
Which is much like what just happened on the play with Terry Beckham. You can't lean into him and hit him and make contact with your shoulder first. You know, if you do that, you know, there's no way he's going to catch it. He had him beat. The ball was just a tad high, but because of the contact, he really couldn't get that full extension to go catch it.
Nice call on that. That's what prevented him from going up a little higher. 3rd and 9, trips at the bottom of the screen for Daniel Smith. 2:20 left. Smith looks, threw it airborne, just threw it up there for grabs. And there's going to be an interception there. That's Vanover with the pick. Vanover working its way past the 40 up to the 45-yard line. Smith just had a free fall on that one, just threw it up the field with no receivers in the general area.
That was probably an ill-advised pass to avoid a sack because that ball, it had no destination but up in the air. And when you do that more times than not, that's going to end up turning into a turnover, and that's exactly what happened, and it gives Morehouse the ball. 2nd turnover of the game for the Golden Bears.
First interception of the campaign for Smith as he comes to the sideline, and likely we'll have a conversation with offensive coordinator Aaron James after that miscue on the pass, or the quarterback's coach at minimum. Sims out in the flats, trying to get it out there in space. Catch going to be made there by A.J. Smith for the Maroon Tigers. Spins with forward progress, may have gotten 2 after the catch.
Miles is going to have to wrap these guys up. We've already seen it a couple of times that Morehouse has been spinning out of tackles. Miles has got to be a lot more sure because the Maroon Tigers are picking up extra yards simply because Miles is not wrapping up at the initial point of attack.
2nd and 8 after the catch by Smith. We're at 1:35 left now. Smith with the snap, same play. This one's a wobbler out in flight, and this time it's going to be picked off by the Golden Bears. So Sims answers Smith with a pick, and Miles comes away with another pick.
Jarius Shade there, and it just is like the ball just gets thrown up in the air like these guys are playing a little sandlot. But although I'll say in Sims' particular case,
watch him get the hat, going for the hat.
the bear hat, the wolf hat, man, they've got something going here for the Golden Bears, but he loves it.
Yeah, the fans love it too. So Shade with a fumble recovery early on in this football game. Now he's got an interception to go with it. But the same thing that Smith did, Sims did on his pass. Not sure if that one just slipped out of its hands.
I think it was more that because it looked like there was intent. There were guys that were right there in the area. That ball just never got to him, and Shade read it perfectly and picked it off.
So inside of Maroon Tiger territory now, Bears with the football. Here comes pressure. Smith going to unload it, going it up the field, and this one's batted around and almost interception. Robinson trying to come back for it, but is underthrown. And Daniel Norman, the sophomore from Oakland, California, for Morehouse, almost with a pick.
George Copeland is the defensive coordinator, assistant head coach over at Morehouse, and you see what he's doing very early on. He is dialing up pressure on Daniel Smith. He does not want to give him time to throw the ball to the speedsters up the field. Miles might be better off trying to pound the rock a little bit and loosen up that front four.
And we've seen him go through the tight end last weekend against Fort Valley with that pressure. Sims, or you give it left side, breaking ahead. Freeman now. Freeman inside of the 35, still fighting. That's enough for a complete feat. Miles College first down on a tough run by Darrell Freeman left side.
And that's what you want to do. They run that RPO. That time Freeman gets it and keeps it. And when you get past the first wave, you know, it's a lot more yards out there and a lot fewer guys to stop you.
62 seconds left first quarter. Freeman loosely carrying that football right side. Now goes into the pack near the 32.
And that's the object. The object is to get past that first wave, because once you do, all you got to do is try to beat a safety more times than not, or even more so a cornerback, and you can get to the end zone. Miles has shown here on a couple of these runs with Freeman and with Edwards that they're getting close to breaking one.
2nd down and 9 on the ground. Freeman fights inside, fights off one would-be tackler, still on his feet, and Freeman works his way down near the 25. That'll bring up third and short, maybe third 2.5, 3 yards after the second effort by Darrell Freeman.
Well, you like to see a running back keep his legs churning, keep them moving, and that's what Miles has done, although look at here, Freeman is down.
So Freeman, after that second effort there on the surface here at Sloan Alumni Stadium.
He's grabbing for that lower extremity there a bit. As you see the trainers, Abby Clark, Greg Lewis out there tending to him.
If anything can be done, that group can do it.
They're going to try to make sure he's stable. It probably on that second effort, probably a leg pull or something like that, but
it looks like
he's just trying to make sure he's stable a little bit, but he's not that stable.
No. So you can see it's that left leg is posing the problem. He's not putting any pressure on that at all. So the load now will go to Dante Edwards, the redshirt freshman for the Golden Bears. Second down and 3. We'll try to get an update on Freeman as soon as we're able to. Fagan goes in motion left side. They're going to run it that way. And Edwards lost the football after the initial contact at the 26-yard line. He was knocked down to the surface and the football came squirting out, but they're not going to rule him down. They're going to give that football over to Morehouse College. So Edwards coming in a little rusty after having sat for most of this first quarter, coughed up the football. So that's turnover number 3 for Miles College in this first quarter of play. And it comes at the end of the quarter. That brings us to the end of this quarter here at Sloan Alumni Stadium. As we get set for the second, it's a 14-0 lead for Miles College over the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. More Miles College football on WOTM after the timeout.
Don't you just love rain? It's nature's way of watering the earth. Thunderstorms are a different story. Poppy really freaks out if the lights go off. That's why we love Alabama Power. As soon as it's safe, they work day and night to get the lights back on, fast. Kind of like real-life superheroes. I know they do it for everybody, but sometimes I think they do it just for Poppy. Say thanks, Poppy.
You heard that right.
Back live here at Sloan Alumni Stadium, the Prince Hall Americanism Football Classic. Miles College hosting the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. Glad you could join us for our coverage on WOTM. Charles Ward, A.A. Moore with the play call. As the Maroon Tigers have the football now as we start second quarter of action, trailing at 14-0. Straight ahead play nets very little for Morehouse College.
Well, Morehouse, for getting the turnovers from Miles and staying in this ball game, they haven't done very little to move the football. They haven't had even a long field really to move it. So it's kind of hard to kind of get a gauge on what exactly Morehouse is doing because they've had it for very little time, and when they've had it, they've done nothing.
Second and 10 after just no pickup on the previous play. Sims in shotgun. Purple marching machine playing in the background for Miles College. They'll be performing here at halftime. Always an entertaining show by them here, certainly at home. Flag thrown in the back of that play.
It's going to be a delay
of game there for Morehouse.
They got the timeout. And I can already see the coaches over there saying, hey, tell that band to be quiet. I'm looking at them pointing.
Nothing doing.
I mean, when you're a band, you know, you're going to go all the way to the line. You know what the rule is. These guys have been doing this for a while.
Over the line.
Right. Willie Snipes, and he's one of the best to do it right now. He's got one of the best bands in all the land, the Purple Marching Machine. And, you know, when he gets in the stand, he knows he's as much part of the show as the football team. And so he's going to play until they make him stop, literally. And we've seen times where he's like, okay, they've made us stop. Keep playing.
Sure, just a little bit more, right? Golden Bears defending SIAC champions. And I saw you had your ring on earlier today, but
yeah, I've got to find it. I hope I hadn't got swiped for it.
I'm gonna check Randy over here. Even if taken it, he'll have two, right?
I had an assistant rolling around with me a little earlier. I said, "Hold this," and now I'm starting to think that wasn't quite the smart move. If I disappear for a minute, I'm going to find her.
I want to get my second one the right way. I want to earn it.
Producer director Randy Higgins is coming up an inventive way to get his second one. Just take AAs. How about it?
I thought he was talking about his wedding ring. I thought maybe he got swindled into that one. I was about to say, is that how it goes? You get tricked into getting married?
Timeout on the field. We're live at the Prince Hall Americanism Football Classic here at Miles College. You want to talk a little bit about the pregame activities with the Masons here in Birmingham?
So the most worshipful Grandmaster Corey Hawkins, Senior Esquire, who leads the band of Prince Hall Masons here in Alabama, his group, from their foundation, the Prince Hall Legacy Foundation, donated $10,000 to the Miles College Scholarship Fund, and they've done this the last several years that they've had this classic here, and that's why it's a big deal. They do events around the football game, and as you can see out on the hill, there's a lot of people out there enjoying being here on campus, but it's about the scholarship, and the Prince Hall Masons have done that for a long time throughout the state of Alabama. Miles College certainly a recipient, and we're more than happy to have had that donation given to our interim president, Bobby Knight, pregame today.
Wonderful presentation in the pregame. Back to football action now after the timeout. Sims, ball fake, slides to the line, threw it out in the flats, got a man there. That's Gooden at the sideline. Gooden upfield at the 40-yard line. Good run after that catch for him.
You talk about big boys. Gooden is not necessarily a little guy. He's listed at 6'4", 215, and when he was out there alone, it was like, okay, we just got to make sure we wrap this guy up. Not the easiest thing to do.
So first down on the catch by Gooden. Sims looking in the, and here comes a slide left side. Should have seen a flag there. No call on that. Catch up the field. They're going to give it. No, they're going to say that was out of bounds on the catch, or do they give it to him? Yeah, they gave it to him up the field. Boy, cannot believe the hole was not called in the backfield there.
Right in front of the official, they had Marquell Shelton by the arm, and he had a free shot at Sims, but the tackler grabbed him.
Certain to see one on that play. It did not develop, but Knuckles makes the catch up to the 47.
Yeah, got to give him credit for that. He tiptoed the line, was able to pull in the ball and get that first down for Morehouse.
So Sims starting to go to work on this possession for Morehouse now. On the ground, Dunn looking for room. He's no correction on that carry. That's Bailey from the running back position for Morehouse. Got it past the initial line of scrimmage. Maybe good for a yard, not much more.
And Mitchell Smiley in there with the tackle. Jalen Thomas and Antonio Evans also in running the ball. It's something Miles loves to stop. You saw last week only 12 yards rushing from Fort Valley State. You want to be able to keep Santo Dunn contained and try to make this a one-dimensional situation for the Maroon Tigers.
Second down and 9 for Morehouse. They're at the 46 of Miles. Miles with a 14-0 lead. Dunn can't settle quite which side of the line he needs to set up on. Now he'll go to the right of Sims. He'll keep it on the ground. They run it straight ahead. And Bailey with the carry. Bailey bangs his way inside the 40 down to the 38. So they use Dunn for some misdirection there, and they go inside to Bailey on the carry.
Yeah, when you're on offense, teams have the tape, so you want to use a lot of misdirection. You want to try to keep them off balanced.
Again, this time Sims tries to fake the option pitch. He'll cut it up on the inside himself, and he stumbles ahead. Looks like he's going to be short of the first down marker based on the initial mark coming in. But there's sure to be a fourth down effort here for Morehouse if he is short.
Yeah, that would be about a 54-yard field goal, and the wind would be at the kicker's back, but that's short enough to be able to pick it up. But we saw on the goal line that picking up that half yard is not the easiest thing to do against this Miles front seven.
Sims sets in shotgun. On the ground, left side. Dunn got the football, and I think he's got enough of that first down. Golden Bears saying that they stopped on that right side, but Dunn with that effort got enough for first.
Yeah, he was able to kind of twist out of the initial contact, and that was enough to get him to fall over the line again for the first.
11:15 left first half of play. 14-0 for the Golden Bears over Morehouse College. Since 2010, these teams have split 3-3 in this series. Morehouse now from the 37. On the ground. This is Dunn looking for some room, tripped up, but he stays on his feet. A flag coming in at the back of that play, though. We'll check out the flag as Dunn able with some second effort to keep his balance, but that's likely going to be all for naught.
Yeah, it's amazing when they call those holding penalties when the play has left the area where the holding happened. You know, are the officials looking too hard, or are the players, doing way too much when the play has left the area?
One or the other, or maybe both. So that'll push Morehouse back to the 47-yard line, and it'll make it 1st and 20 from there.
Now, this is a crucial down because you want to keep it long on second down and try to take that running play away or just a short out. You want to make them have to try to work long.
Gachaba in motion right side. Sims steps up. Here comes pressure. They got a hand on him, but he's not able to pull him down. Catch going to be made upfield by A.J. Sims, and Sims got it up to the 31-yard line. So they got it to a situation where it's a respectable second down effort here now, A.A.
And just a step short there, Marquell Shelton unable to haul in Sims.
And correction, that's Jalen Brown, and they're calling the signals now for Morehouse, and Brown connects with Smith on the catch.
You got to watch that. They're switching them in and out. They're about the same height. Their numbers 11 and 17, so that can get mixed up just a bit.
Brown, he'll take the snap. Gives it Dunn. Dunn looking for some room, but denied at the corner there, but he steps back to the inside and finally tripped up behind the line of scrimmage at the 35-yard line. Golden Bears had an initial hit on him. They forced him to change his direction back to the inside.
Austin Stevens is the one who was able to get the last hit on him and bring him down, but that's a minus-yard run there, so Miles now has Morehouse in a 3rd and long, about the 3rd and 8, which is kind of where you want to be defensively. You want to make them take away a lot of that ability to run the football, to get your ends, especially to try to get upfield and try to get a quarterback sack here.
Austin Stevens on that Black College Football Player of the Year watch list as well for the Golden Bears. He and Leonard Tyree. We're at 9:28 left first half. 14-0 lead for the Golden Bears. Brown pumps once now, backside pressure. Now he'll feel it and fires it up the field. Catch made. Bailey spins after the grab, got it back near the 31. So that'll make it 4th down again here for Morehouse.
Yeah, like you said earlier, they've got a kicker who can make it from here. The wind has died down. Those flags were howling about 5 minutes ago. Now they're just, in the normal parlance here, the flags are chilling. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just had to kind of get that in there.
Okay.
I think I was more excited about being able to use the word parlance.
Oh, I thought you were overwhelmed by chilling. Thought you were saying something we didn't know. We know what parlance means. We just got to catch up with chilling. Brown in the pocket. Survey. Threw it underneath and incomplete. On a 4th down effort, the defense of Miles College holds. So that possession there for the Maroon Tigers, A.A. Forward, back with the penalties, forward again, back with the penalty, and now they force it over on downs as the Golden Bear defense able to stop them on 4th.
Miles doing some bend but not break on the defensive side of the football, and after the last couple of series, Miles is going to make a change here, and I think this is a planned change. We saw it happen in the first game against Fort Valley State. Lajon Cordier now in at quarterback.
Cordier, the senior from New Orleans, Louisiana. His first spot of duty in this football game. 8:32 remains first half. Cordier going to keep it left side. Cordier creates the contact at the sideline and just runs over the defender at the corner, Micah Page, for an extra 2 yards.
See, Cordier, he is more of a running quarterback, but he can throw the football. We remember seeing him a couple of years ago when he was the starting quarterback and he was having trouble throwing the football, but running the football was not a problem for him.
Different look now for the Golden Bears. 2nd and 6 after the run by Lajon.
And Cordier has already graduated. He's earned his degree. And so now he's here, and they're giving him some time because Daniel Smith is the established starter, but Cordier, for coming back, sacrificing, he's able to get some time at quarterback.
Here's his first pass up the field and overthrown. He's trying to get it up the field to Antonio Lee on a quick crossing route upfield. But that one shot too deep.
And early going here, and I'm not just talking about this game, I'm talking about last week, the passing game for Miles just has not quite been in sync as we saw at the end of last year, or actually for a good portion of last year, probably around the 3rd or 4th game. And some of it's because defenses now know what Daniel Smith can do. They know what Leonard Tyree can do.
Indeed.
And so they're able to kind of handle that a little bit, but the pressure is coming, and Miles has not done a great job of handling it.
3rd and 6 now. Cordier fires to the sideline, up in the air. Catch going to be made there and shoved out of bounds. On that grab, looks like Antonio Lee again, once again, for the Golden Bears.
Boy, you don't think of a lot of outside receivers as possession receivers, but man, 6'3" with those sure hands, you know, you can throw it to him and throw it up high. You don't even have to be perfect in delivering it to him. You use that big frame to get some extra yards.
Just like got that stickum on his hand there.
First down.
So great job by Lee on that catch. And the football now near midfield. And also the clock running here at Sloan Alumni Stadium, nearing 7:10 left first half. Morehouse with a couple of chances to get on the scoreboard. Miles able to hold them off and whistles at the line of scrimmage.
I think they're going to get a false start against the Golden Bears.
That will be the assessment. DeAndre Fagan, the junior tight end, reporting for some duty. Tench makes his way toward the sideline. Good duo of tight ends for the Golden Bears.
And Fagan didn't get targeted last week, but he's certainly a sure-handed guy. We saw in the SIAC championship game last year, he caught 2 touchdown passes in the 50-23 win.
Out in the flats, catch going to be made there. McNeely with the grab. McNeely worked it past, no, right at midfield is where they'll put him down. So that'll get it back to the initial line of scrimmage and make it 2nd down and 10 after the catch by McNeely.
It's plays like those that's going to set Tyree up for later. Tyree went out as a clear decoy, and he's the one who set the block. Now, McNeely wasn't able to get through. There were 2 guys out there, but Tyree, the man he was blocking, it looked like their number 18, he was able to get a clean block on him and allowed McNeely a chance to work.
They work it on the ground, straight ahead with the carry this time. That's Streeter working his way past the 40, inside the 40 on the straight ahead dive right side.
Well, you wondered who the next guy up on the depth chart was with Darrell Freeman going out, and it's Wade Streeter. You talk about a guy who has waited his chance. He was redshirted his first year. He was deep down on the depth chart 2 years ago. Last year he started moving up. You saw him on special teams. He'd get some late carries. Now he's the next guy in line. We'll see what he's able to do.
1st and 10 on the complete feet first down run by Wade Streeter. Football now at the 36-yard line. 5:38 left first half. Golden Bears want to get another score here. That 3-touchdown lead would sound real good. Cordier got to go up top now. Tyree behind the defense with the one hand. And boy, what's it going to take to get a flag here this evening? Down the sideline, just bumping and bumping. That was Vanover with the coverage.
And Tyree wasn't the one really bumping that time. Again, he was trying to get loose. He didn't have a lot of room to work down the sideline, so he's really trying to jostle free of the holding and the bumping that was going on the outside.
You got to like the way that the play developed, though, something they want to look at probably again in terms of running that one. Space was there. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Cordier on the ground now, gives it straight ahead, left side to Streeter again. Wade Streeter's got some space. Can he get to the end zone? Stutter step, Streeter at the 1. Wade Streeter with a tough run right side down to the 1.
Outstanding run by Streeter. First he blasts through up the middle, then he was patient. He was patient just enough to shake his guy at around the 20, and then it was a race to the end zone. He breaks back inside. He picked up a bunch of extra yards there, and it sets up 1st and goal for the Golden Bears.
Complete feet, first down, all on the feet of Wade Streeter on that carry. We're at 4:55, clock running here at Sloan Alumni Stadium. 1st and goal to go for the Golden Bears. Cordier, he keeps it left side into the end zone. Touchdown, Miles.
That's how you punch it in from 1 yard out.
With authority. Great blocking, crashing to the inside. Ball faked by Cordier, and he took care of it himself left side.
Boy, I tell you, Miles used their backups on that drive. Wade Streeter, Lejean Cordier. Nobody's on anyone's watch list out of those two names, but yet they got the job done. And if this was a game of Madden, it'd be time to hand over the sticks if you were Morehouse.
Well, they got on Morehouse's watch list for sure after that possession. Streeter with a great job. Cordier finishes with the touchdown. Spradlin finishes the drive with the point after. 4:44 remains, first half of play, and again, it's the Golden Bears striking here at Sloan Alumni Stadium. They lead it 21-0. Take a break here. It's Miles College football on WOTM Sports.
From a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Back live at Sloan Alumni Stadium. Golden Bears strike again. They lead it 21-0 over the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College after an impressive performance by Lejean Cordier at quarterback coming into the ball game, as well as Wade Streeter. Hamels to kick it now, and he'll try another pooch. This time Maroon Tigers going to call fair catch at the 28-yard line.
That's how you know you got someone spooked. They're no longer trying to return it. They don't want any more mishaps on special teams. That drive, the Maxwell Tillman trial attorneys, 8 plays, 69 yards, 3:48 off the clock, 1 yard touchdown run by Lejean Cordier. Sets Miles up with a 21-0 lead.
Cordier at the sideline doing a good job coming into the football game. Don't see him with the Bear hat on just yet, but he certainly deserves it for that effort on that possession.
The Bear hat probably should go there to Wade Streeter. I'd let him wear it for a minute.
Yeah, maybe they got to split it. Now there's a fumble on the snap. The direct snap to Brown was between his legs, and he'll have to run it down near the 12-yard line.
Right now, Morehouse does not know what's hit them. They did not expect this game to be like this. You know, when you're talking about you are in contention for a SIAC title, and this is the standard Miles College is, to come in and be down 21-0 is not, I'm sure Coach Rich Freeman and his staff and his players did not expect to be here right now.
Trailing at 21-0. Predicted to finish third in the East, Maroon Tigers were, coming off that 7-3 season of a year ago. And right now, Golden Bears giving them all they can handle. Brown pumps once now. Here comes the pressure. They'll force him to the left side. He'll raise, fire, throw it back to the inside. And we'll see. Did we see a flag there? No, we don't see one there.
Shouldn't have been. It should have been one there.
Sure.
Should have been one as Joshua McNeil was getting mauled as he was trying to chase down, I think that's Sims. No, that's Brown, that quarterback. McNeil was trying to get to Brown, and it looked like the tackle was just grabbing all of his laundry.
So no flag call there. That brings up a third down here for Morehouse with 3:55 left in AA. It's 3rd and 25. So if the Golden Bears can pinch them here and hold them, they'll get that football back with enough time for another drive to run more time off the clock and perhaps another score before the break.
Sure.
Brown has got some time now, trying to throw it upfield, shot it high and incomplete over into the Miles bench. So now the Golden Bears will have a chance to get the football back, but Maroon Tigers having to punt that football. They have to do that near their end zone.
Miles has taken the life. You look over at that Morehouse bench. You look over at that Morehouse the fans over on that side, no one is moving. They can't believe that this has happened. There's still a lot of ball game left, but man, if you can get another touchdown here, get a short field, it might be a real problem.
Delamora trying to slide right side to kick it away, but Robinson calls fair catch and fumble the football. Can he get on it? I think he did. They fight for it now, and it will stay with Robinson and the Golden Bears. Dangerous there. Anthony just took his eye off it. And he's able to recover it, and Miles will have the football. Looks like y'all got a timeout on the field here. It'll stay with the Golden Bears with 3:41 remaining in this first half of play.
So Darren, you're with the UPS store?
Yeah, we actually printed these invites.
Wow, I thought you guys just did shipping.
No, we do printing, packing, shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, faxing, binding, taping, laminating, copying, consulting, creating, designing, returning, and of course shipping.
Cool.
Nice costume.
It's my work uniform. Where are you going?
Go to the UPS store for everything your small business needs. And of course, shipping.
We're back live at Sloan Alumni Stadium, the Prince Hall Americanism Classic. Golden Bears, 3:41 left first half, lead at 21-0. Gangs all here. Charles Ward, A.A. Moore with the play call, Randy Higgins producing, and Steve Rocco handling a camera work here in Fairfield. Smith back at quarterback now. He'll raise and takes the sack there near the 42-yard line. Smith avoided the initial wave of coverage by Morehouse in terms of the pressure, slid the line, and elected to hold that football rather than make a dangerous throw.
And sometimes that's just the play.
Yep.
And if he had thrown it, there were 3 Maroon Tigers in white shirts waiting for him to put that ball in there. There just was nowhere to go. Sometimes you give credit and you come back for the next play.
Play another day. 6 yards lost on that play. 2nd and 16 now. We approach 3:05 left first half. Smith going to keep it. Maroon Tigers weren't fooled on that play. And Smith losing a couple of more yards on that run right side. So Golden Bears, with almost 3 minutes plus, got that football back, but going a little conservative on that play.
Well, they're running a little clock too. There's no mistake about that. Morehouse with only one timeout left. You can run a little clock here and pin them deep and make them have to go the length of the field, which they have not shown them to be able to do here in the first half.
So the idea of maybe going up another touchdown gives way perhaps to being careful about not turning it over to them and giving them a chance to get on the scoreboard. 3rd and 18. Smith looks upfield, rolls left side. Now that's his strength side, the lefty. Raises, fires, threw it upfield. Catch going to be made there right at the first down marker. Up the field with the grab for the Maroon Tigers is Grant DuBose, the freshman.
First career catch for DuBose, and that is the difference between rolling to the right side and rolling to the left. He rolled to his natural side to be able to throw the ball. He didn't have to throw it across his body. And give the receivers credit, DuBose came back to that football to be able to give Smith a chance to make that play.
Right at the first down marker, so a complete feet first down after the catch by DuBose. So we're at 1:38 left first half now. We'll see if the Golden Bears perhaps take a couple of shots now that they're on the other end of the football field. Smith, handoff, left side. This is Streeter again. It is. Streeter dances his way inside the 30, down near the 20-yard line.
And let me tell you something about Wade Streeter. Wade Streeter has bided his time. He came in here with a name. His dad used to be the coach here at Miles. And he has just waited his turn, and now a couple of times here, he has really put his foot on the accelerator, and Morehouse has not been able to stop him.
They'll go again. Streeter looking for space right side this time. Puts his back toward the defense. They'll pull him down at the 20. Clock running at 1:10. And Golden Bears got an opportunity here to add another score. Don't forget Jackson Spradlin at the sideline warming up. He's already within his range.
But we're also looking on the sideline there, and we see Darrell Freeman. He's on crutches, shoes off. He's probably not going to be long for this ball game, even if he gets back in at all. I would imagine he's done for the night.
All the more reason Golden Bears need to pile on here with the scoring. With 42 seconds left, Smith facing a 2nd down and 8. He'll go on the ground, looking for some space right side. It's Streeter again. Streeter bangs his way, fights again. Did he get in this time? Touchdown, Wade Streeter.
My man, Wade Streeter.
Give that man a bear hat.
He's got to wear it. He's got to wear it. What a run by Wade Streeter. He has taken over this second quarter for the Golden Bears.
Just possessed on that run. Streeter ran into a couple of defenders right near the 5 and just carried the day with him.
He's not built like Freeman nor Edwards, but man, he is certainly pounding the rock here for the Golden Bears in the first half.
5'9", 182, but a big performance by Wade Streeter. Spradlin with the kick. He's true. And the Golden Bears making a true statement in this first half of play. They lead it 28-0 over the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. So the Golden Bears thought about getting that final score. When the way that drive started, looked like they were not going to do it. They were going to just content to be very conservative, and kind of were. They just got it to Streeter, and Streeter turned conservatism to an outright jailbreak.
Well, the first play there that set this drive up was the 3rd and long, where they were able to get the ball out to Grant Dubose, and he got it for 18 yards. Then Streeter went for 23, and then he got another one for 20. That Maxwell Tillman trial attorneys, 6 plays, 54 yards, 3:11 off the clock, 20-yard touchdown run by Wade Streeter, who is having himself quite the evening for the Golden Bears. We'll get his stats here in just a second. He's got 93 yards on the ground already, and he's only touched the ball 4 times.
Wow, just incredible. What a performance by Wade Streeter. Prince Hall Americanism Classic from Miles College. High kick, fair catch called for once again. This time it's bobbled near the 25.
I can't believe they blew that whistle. That was a premature whistle right there. He fumbled that ball. He muffed it.
Would have been live had the Golden Bears taken it away. 29 seconds left. First half has been all Golden Bears here in this matchup from a year ago in Chicago, where they lost a heartbreaking final play of the ball game, lost to the Maroon Tigers 23-21. Over 21,000 at that ball game in Chicago last year. Golden Bears carry that loss all over the offseason, and a chance to do some revenge work this evening, and they're doing it very well here with a 28-0 lead. On the ground now, Brown hands it off. Dunn looks the room right side, not a whole lot there. Golden Bears is stretching him out toward the sideline, which is the direction you want to carry him.
I think Morehouse is just trying to get back to the locker room. They're not going to run another play, I don't believe, and they're just going to try to ascertain what has happened here in this first half.
Boy, just an incredible performance by the Golden Bears. Special teams, defense making a couple of stops there in that first half, and the offense taking advantage of the turnovers that the defense generated. And the Golden Bears at halftime, a very commanding 28-0 lead over the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College, live from Sloan Alumni Stadium. Football action, more of it continuing on WOTM Sports after the break. Stay with us.
Don't you just love rain? It's nature's way of watering the earth. Thunderstorms are a different story. Poppy really freaks out if the lights go off. That's why we love Alabama Power. As soon as it's safe, they work day and night to get the lights back on. Fast. Kind of like real-life superheroes. I know they do it for everybody, but sometimes I think they do it just for Poppy. Say thanks, Poppy.
You heard that right.